Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead and another What We Eat for Dinner in a Week. In these videos, I show you how I combine inexpensive Aldi groceries with food that we are blessed with from the food pantry to make hopefully well-balanced, delicious meals. As a family, we generally eat low carb because my husband and I do for health reasons, and me being the sole cook in the house, it's easier for me to just make one meal than to try to be a short-order cook. But you will see variations to that, and I will explain as we go. So today is Monday, and we are having a family favorite, especially my husband's. He says I could make this every week, and he would be very happy. This is a ham and broccoli cheesy skillet. It used to be a casserole meal, and I have made it easier as the time has passed. So I did a couple of large onions, diced up, sauteed those, then added in a pound of the diced sliced ham that I picked up from Aldi. I let that saute for just a little bit while I was cutting up the broccoli. It was 2 nice sized crowns of broccoli. Then I put that on top and let that, I added like, I don't know, maybe a quarter of a cup of water, put a lid on and let that steam until the broccoli was done. When that's done, and then while that was going, I boiled some pasta. When that's done, you take the lid off, add in, you can do broth. I just did water this time because that's what I had. Probably another half a cup or so. And then I added in about a half a block of cream cheese, a good glug, let's say maybe a half a cup, maybe a third of a cup of heavy whipping cream. And then you let that kind of warm up and thicken up just a little bit. It does not take long, just a few minutes. And then I added in a couple of handfuls of shredded extra sharp cheddar cheese. And then you just turn the heat off and stir that in so it melts. And it makes a beautiful creamy sauce. This is almost like a thick soup. Almost, not quite. So to serve this, if you're doing low carb, as is, you could do it over cauli rice or zoodles or some kind of low carb noodle alternative. I think it would be really good even over like a piece of toasted low carb bread, something like that. But if you're not doing low carb, serve it over egg noodles, over rice, over potatoes. You could serve it even just with some bread and butter, and that would be really good. But it just makes for a nice, quick and easy one-pan meal if you're not doing the pasta. And I bet you could even figure out a way to cook the pasta and have it all be in one. So, yeah, nice, quick and easy, very hearty. I don't add any seasonings to this because the cheese is salty, the ham is salty, and it always is just super flavorful. So, and a fairly inexpensive meal. I think the meat was $5. It was about $5 when I split because I split a 2-pound package of ham. So probably about $5 for that, a couple of dollars for the broccoli, 50 cents or so for the cream cheese, probably 50 cents or so for the heavy whipping cream, and then a box of noodles is cheap. And that's going to feed our family of 7, and we'll probably have some leftovers. So, yeah, not bad for under probably $1 per person, $1.25 per person, somewhere in there. So, yeah. All right, that is Monday night. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Tuesday night, and tonight we are having big salads, which is a favorite of mine and most of my kids as well. If you have a hard time getting your kids to eat salad, try it this way. Bring out all of the toppings you could possibly think of to put on salad and let them pick and choose whatever they want. I guarantee you they will be way more apt to attempt to eat the salad. And start out with just a few pieces of lettuce in the bowl. And then every time you make this meal, add in more. And eventually they'll eat a decent salad. My husband isn't even a big salad eater, and he likes this meal. So we have lettuce. This is some frozen chicken thighs from Aldi. I baked them in the oven until they were almost done, and then I cut them up just to kind of, they get, I don't know, better tasting in a skillet, you know. We have some hard-boiled eggs, salad dressings, raisins, avocado, French fried onions as a crouton alternative for those who like it better, sliced almonds, sunflower seeds, and then we do have these gluten-free croutons that we picked up from the food pantry as well. You could do carrots, you could do diced pepper, cucumber, tomato to up the veggie content. There's so many interesting things to put on a salad. So tell me what you like on salad, because I'm always trying to come up with different things to pull out of the pantry or their fridge to put on. But yeah, I will put recipe for my homemade honey mustard in the show notes. It is super easy. 1 cup of mayo of your choice, half a cup of mustard, half a cup of honey. That's it. I usually add in a couple tablespoons of apple cider vinegar to give it a little bit more tang, and then also kind of thin it out just a little bit so it's more of a dressing, but it also works as like a dipping sauce for like chicken nuggets. So that is Tuesday night's dinner. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Wednesday night, and I'm going to start this out by saying one of my last videos, there was a comment thread about the fact that my kids were really quiet and well behaved, and I have to tell you what was going on the entire time I was making this dinner. I had 2 kids shooting each other with Nerf guns in the kitchen, and 2 other kids that were just the 4-year-old and 6-year-old that were just yakking and asking me questions and just all up in my business. And the number of times when I'm like, y'all, we have an entire house, go somewhere else so I can make this meal. If you only knew how loud it was until I yelled out, filming. Okay, so it is Wednesday night. Tonight we are having salmon patties. Quick and easy. We get quite a bit of salmon from the food pantry, so I'm constantly making sure that I make salmon patties. My kids all really like salmon patties, so it's good. With that, we have 2 quarts of home-canned, homegrown potatoes, and I just did these in the air fryer. 375 for about 20-25 minutes. They're already cooked. It's just getting them nice and crispy. And I sprayed them with cooking spray and then sprinkled on some seasoning salt, and the kids will dip them with ketchup just like French fries. And then we've got a quart of homegrown, home-canned green beans going as well. If it's just me and the kids, 1 quart is enough. If my husband's home, and especially if I want leftovers, I have to add in like a store-bought can of green beans, or 2 quarts if we really want leftovers. So we are reaching that point where I remember when we could do a pint and it was enough, and now I can pretty much everything in quarts. So, and even those we're gonna start opening up 2 on. So 2 in that. So yeah, that is a nice, quick, easy family favorite Wednesday night meal. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Thursday night, and tonight the kids are having like their favorite meal ever, breakfast for dinner. I don't get it. So we've got a mix of our eggs and store-bought eggs, because we are still getting only like 1 or 2 eggs a day. So it takes us a while to even accumulate a few. And then I added in some shredded cheese to that. This is a pound of the sausage, like breakfast sausage from Aldi, that I browned up, and then I cooked the eggs in the drippings from it, because yum. And some fruit salad. This is a nice way of using up if you have like little bits of fruit here and there, like a banana, and I put some frozen cherries, a couple of oranges, and a couple apples, some blueberries, some raspberries from the freezer, just kind of a mashup of all kinds of fruit, and it looks delicious. So for me, because I do not want breakfast for dinner, I have a couple of chicken thighs in the air fryer, and then I'm going to do some zucchini fries. I'm not going to eat both chicken thighs, but if I'm going to run the air fryer, I'm going to run it. So I'm going to do the chicken thighs are done, and I'm getting ready to start the zucchini fries, and I will have that and happily have that. So that is Thursday night. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Friday night, and Friday night at our house means pizza night, and I'm not going to go into my normal spiel tonight because I am done. I'm tired. I'm ready to sit down for the evening. It's been one of those long days. So Tonight we had one last loaf of the sourdough bacon take bread. So I sliced it like, yeah, crosswise, I guess would be. So this is the bottom, that's the top kind of thing. No, that's the top. That's the, I don't know. Yeah, that cut it. Added on pasta sauce, just like spaghetti sauce. And then I did one cheese with bacon bits, one just cheese, and then one with pepperoni. And I will slice these like this way into kind of almost like pizza sticks. And then with the, and I baked it 400 degrees for about 10-15 minutes, depending on how done you like your toppings. It really does not take long because everything's already cooked. It just needs heated through. With that, I refreshed the fruit salad bowl from last night, and the kids are going to have that. I am probably going to have a repeat of dinner from last night because that sounds good and is easy. Because, yeah, made the 2 chicken thighs last night, all of that. So, yeah, tonight is also the one night a week that we do dessert for sure. I know we have ice cream. We've got some like microwave brownie things that we got from the food pantry a long time ago, and I keep forgetting to get out. There's, I don't even know, cheesecake in the freezer. Yeah, usually what I do is I pull out all of the dessert things and I lay them on the kitchen counter and let the kids pick and choose whatever they want. So that way everybody's happy. For me, if I do dessert, I will eat like a couple pieces of chocolate from Aldi, or I will do like some Greek yogurt with chocolate chips. And I picked up those coconut crisp thingies from Aldi, and so I might do those. So, yeah. That is, I have a kid sneaking in the fruit salad bowl behind me. That is Friday night. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Saturday night, and Saturday nights I usually make a big meal so that we have leftovers. So tonight we have a deer roast. My husband got 2 deer this fall, and so we did a bunch of them, as much as we could, into roasts. And so I have had that in the crock pot all day, so it is nice and fall apart and tender. We've got half sweet potato and half yellow potato, and I didn't peel the yellow potatoes. They were all like little bitty small ones, so I did not want to mess with trying to peel those, and they're thin enough that it's not that big of a deal. This is spaghetti squash, and I baked it, and then I scraped it out into that pan, and then I stirred in some of this plant-based cheese spread. This stuff is delicious. Yum. And then I just topped it with mozzarella cheese because we have to insult the plant-based cheese spread with actual cheese. So I sprinkled it with mozzarella and put it in the oven just long enough to melt the cheese and kind of brown the top a little bit. And then this is a mixture of yellow onions and red onions. Bunch of like little ones that I quartered and put in this pan. I put foil on top, just salt and some oil, and baked those for about an hour at 350 because it was what I was doing for the spaghetti squash. The last 15 minutes or so, I took the foil off and added garlic to it, and those are always delicious. I needed to use up the red onions because they were sprouting. I had them, got them for a specific thing and then never did use them, and they had been there for a long time. So, if you are new here, this is the end of our week of meals. Tomorrow, usually what we do is when we get home from lunch, I pull out all of the leftovers from the week, thus a bigger meal to make sure that we have leftovers. I pull out all of the leftovers and lay them out on the counter and let the kids pick and choose whatever they want. Then we make their plates, microwave them, and it works great because it gets the leftovers used. For dinner tomorrow night, we will pull out charcuterie board things. So cured meats, dried fruit, cheese, nuts, chocolate, pickles, chips, crackers, goat cheese, anything like that. And I lay it out all on the counter just in their packaging. I don't like make a pretty charcuterie board. And then once again, the kids pick and choose whatever they want. And on that night, I even bust out paper plates because it is Mom's Day off. That is our goal with doing that, is we do simple breakfast, leftovers for lunch, charcuterie board for dinner, and then we rest. We take the rest of the day off. Big kids go to youth group. We watch YouTube and movies, and I usually end up knitting or crocheting or listening to audiobook, those kind of things. During the warmer months, we'll take walks or bike rides, just enjoying a leisurely day. I cleaned my whole house on Saturday, so my house is as clean as it's ever going to be, probably. And it's still. Having 7 people in about 1,400 square feet, it's actually a little less than that. Yeah, it's a bit madness. And then you throw in chickens and cats and mud and, all of that. It's a wonder anything ever is clean. But, yeah, it's fine. Clean enough, right? It's not gross. All right, so I will post any relevant recipes in the show notes. If you guys have any questions about anything that I make, please feel free to ask. I do read all of the comments and try to get back to anyone with questions. Love having conversations with you guys in the comments. So yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you have any recommendations, feel free to ask, especially like low carb meals or meals on a budget. What's something that you have fixed recently that was like amazing and you loved it and it was a great meal? Because I'm always looking to change things up at least a little bit. We eat a lot of the same things because it's cheap and it's easy and I know it. But every once in a while, I like to throw something else different in there. So tell me a meal that you have eaten recently that you were like, this was so good. And then maybe you'll see it here. So, all right. That is everything. I thank you so much for watching this. I hope that you have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.